Hi, are you ready for your detox now? You've surfed the net. You've gone on people's pages, listened to the scandals and watched all the news, all the conspiracy theories. Here, you get the fact, not just about everything, but about how to win in a losing world. So many things we read and are translated to us from the Bible, the Quran, traditions. They tell us that men are kings and women are queens. Do you feel like a king or a queen? The secret to making it in this life is work. Is share productivity. You must align yourself with the ability to earn, to overcome. Can I promise you that you will not go through stress, that you will not lose something or somebody? No, I can't. The truth of the matter is, it is not what you do or how you do that keeps you from life's heat. Not in every area and everything. But if you have your job, you will not die in that misery. You will not lose your mind. I'm saying take control of your life. Things will come, people will go, people will come. But the minute your finances are crazy on you, you become slaves to other people. You will give them room to open their mouths filled with ignorance and just mere empty passions, to begin to tell and try to teach you on how to feel pain, how to cry, when to stand and when to sit. At least, if you can't keep that person next to you, you can stand and sit at your own bed. You have to work. The first opportunity to give the man or woman a chance to rule you like a slave and leave your life in their hands is not having a living job. You share earnings. I don't know how common it is here now, but that used to be the fad in those days when the so-called Christian brothers wanted their wives home full time. In the economy of today, there is no room to be a full-time housewife. Yes, a man and woman can agree and say, while you're raising the children, until they're 2 years old or so, stay. So we don't have to pay for nanny. But for you to say, how can my wife work? And these people who say these things are the poorest of them all, because they want to cheat, because they want to feel like Lord and Master. No! Unless your father is a traditional king, you are not a king. And even if you are born to a king, it will be in your locality, your village. It's not going to be all over everybody. The person lying to you that a man is king over a woman is a lie. Not every man is king over every woman. You'll be king over your wife. But when you come outside, you respect women. Women, your husbands, your brothers, your fathers may be kings. But when you come out, you still have to respect men. There is nowhere to put respect and earnings that will not shine. They are combined. They have to be together. See, in this generation, there's so much information overload. So much. Too many teachers, too many prophets, too many everything. And all they need to do is just buy data and turn on their phones to come and mess with your brains. Just because somebody is talking with so much passion doesn't mean they know what they're talking about or that they're speaking the truth. I've told you that the best thing to do in taking advice is if you can hold those people culpable for misleading you. And right now, you can hold nobody for misleading you because of your own violation. Did you take that advice? I hate the way divorce and separation and all that is going on right now in the world of today. when you sit as a mother or father and see your own son, because some of you have daughters, go out from morning till night, struggle, come home, can't even eat from the tiredness, and all his wife wants to do is buy the latest Gucci, you will know what I mean. In the world of today, the woman has to work, the man has to work, then you come together to make your lives work. It is not fair what we do to men in this society where women think that everything is materialistic. Some women, some of us know the truth. That's why the millionaires we have met even before we became this old, we did not ruin them. You just want to buy and buy and buy and buy. Latest Gucci, latest this, latest that. You don't know it costs money. You push the men to go steal, kill themselves, drop dead on the job, just so that you can spend money and show off to your friends. Empty life. Now, young men out there, old men out there, everything must have a capping price. If you truly love your women, your sisters, your friends, set them up. Let them put their hands in. Let them get their hands dirty. Let them go make that moolah. Don't just let them sit down to spend it. Because if you die tomorrow and you left all this with them, they will waste it, all your money. Because they don't know what it means. They don't know the price that it costs. See, these days, women are paying to get laid with. They're buying men, buying people to sleep with them. They're buying, they're paying. The most horrible women on earth who don't appreciate men, respect men, want them around, just pay for them like mere cheap prostitutes. Now, men and women, God says, He created them male and female. We both have the same tendencies. And none is going to have structure if one doesn't give in to the other. I understand that. But the other person has a right to pick who rules over them, who they live with, who they talk to, who they bow to, fear and respect in decent ways. Nice little doses to help the structure work. Respect your husband, respect your husband. Yet I look at some of these men. They're foolish, not wise, indecent, wicked lords. Wicked, foolish people get angry easily, pompous, have inferiority complexes, and you are heads of some households. I do the sign of the cross. And women, I see you. Gossip, talk, no filter, no respect, don't even know how to dress, don't know how to talk. And you are mothers and wives to some men. I feel sorry for you. This is the age where we all can improve one another if we try. If we're interested in it. You don't have to go to makeup school. Everything is on YouTube. Learn. These are not the days to remain stagnant. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is liberation. It is how you perceive the knowledge, the truth, the weight of the words that you learn that either makes you consider yourself doomed or liberated. There's so many people coming and a lot of them, their lives are useless. I see them go from 1 view to 2 million views, but the words of their mouth is because it's acidic, triggering, not knowledge. They push you out to go get yourself skilled, push you out to hate the people that can love you, push you out to add bitterness to what is in your heart. For instance, on the Epstein's files. Oh, Brigade said they should sterilize Nigerian women. Oh, Epstein files talked about women. Where is the proof? Where? Where is the legal proof? All these are conspiracy theories. And thank God for AI, because they can fabricate proof. What it concern me, concern Hepsin and sterilization. All the people that are carrying the news should go to Bill Gates and fight him. But you're dying in large numbers, especially the poor. First, trade. There's nothing wrong in learning to sew, to read, to go to school. If school is not possible, learn a trade. Don't be useless. Don't let the news from the outside to and this one did that. How does that affect your personal desire to develop your life? How does that affect you understanding that to have respect before a partner, you called it partnership, not slavery. You must pull your weight as a woman. A man must have shame and decorum to know that people are looking up to him. The woman must help him conserve his money, not just every time as should be good times, holiday. These children you're raising, it's serious business. I keep saying it. If you are single and you have found your way to being a professional before you get married, it is not time to live high. It is time to save. Because once you get married and the children begin to come, your whole life will change. That time you are doing dovi right now, you won't have the time to do it, because the love and desire and passion in your heart for your children, your new position and responsibility will cause you to change the way you live. And that means that you will have lesser money because you will not be able to work as many hours. You now have responsibilities. You think I'm joking? Single ladies here are moving to Nigeria to get help to raise their children. That's how much love in their heart they have, wanting to give their children the best of lives. Money. You got to respect money, how to make it, how to keep it. The way that we work and are away from homes and children responsibilities is because a lot of us did not prepare when we were single for the things that are to come. If you're single and watching me, you are not as free as you think. Every space in life is for something. God did not create any space to play. He created working space where he leaves some room to rest, to play. But we ought to be working. Things ought to be in motion every time in our lives. Just because you're on honeymoon doesn't mean you shouldn't check on your company. Just because you took 2 days vacation shouldn't mean you don't look at your bills. There is no time in life when you leave what concerns your money alone for such a long period of time. Stop fooling yourselves. The rich don't do it. How come you poor think you can get away with it? There are lots of men that are 45, 50, up to 50 right now that have refused to get married because they know the truth. Finances are in the gutters. How do you keep a home? How do you afford to pay for things without losing respect and face? So now the women have to come out and say, we are not doing prima donna princess anymore. We realize the reality that life holds and it bites. We are ready to work together with these young men to make something out of ourselves. And that means that the men will have to stop dancing to the beat of their dead fathers and their gone grandfathers. Me Lalongwe has to stop. You cannot keep jumping from bed to bed and seeing every girl with a big Bacardi. And that's what you want to look at. It is a time for loyalty, honesty, hard work, cooperation, and partnership. If a man really, truly is willing to humble himself and kill all the greediness in his eyes, and how when he says he's tired of eating okra, he needs to go and eat pepper soup, his life will be settled. A lot of these women you see out there don't mind as long as it is 2 hearts beating as one. But the minute you cheat, even if she says she's forgiven you, you have just started killing that relationship, that marriage. And this person forgive that person. This person, the women are different. But these days, just because we have to work as hard as you men do, we don't understand your weaknesses anymore. Not when it comes to the way you bring out your dick out of your pants. It's got to be loyalty. If you have friends that can lure you in that direction, you need to cancel them. It is not everybody that wants the goodness out of life. Some people are determined to destroy themselves because they never had an example, neither do they have aspirations. You have to know, we all have those friends who don't care, don't consider the law as anything. They can break any rule, any law. They are reckless. It's time to let go of your reckless friends or family members. The marriage that will survive and sustain in this time is what in the days of our fathers, men who they say, they have cooked kayamata for you. They have used, yes, let her use kayamata for him. At least his life will be stable and steady. You can't build wealth if you don't have stability. You cannot build wealth if you don't have consistency. These are not the days to jump from Peter to Paul, ladies. Outside of the risk of infection, you will not have stability, because when that relationship that you hold tight and dear, that is stable in your life, finds out, they will decrease their commitment to you. You will have to run outside to start looking for what you once had easily. Disloyalty, cheating, infidelity will always be the destruction of any generation, especially this generation. If you're a cheating man, it's time to stop. It may even be too late. Maybe you should continue and double so that your life can get destroyed faster. My ex, spend time some romantic. Last week I put a stop to it. I said, I got married when I was 21. You left when I was 28. I'm 58, you're trying to come back. I said to him, if you ever in your whole miserable life, because the children are grown, you're coming back when I don't have a womb to have children anymore, to a system that I've left years ago. You now realize that your life is useless. Let me tell you, men, a woman has a right to pick who she is with. Your kindness. Because sometimes, even when a marriage breaks, people don't have to go back. If the woman looks at how much disrespectful you were, it's okay when we have clashes and fights for us to call each other names sometimes. For some people, I don't like calling names. I'd rather just walk away. Okay? But if we have to call each other names, it's different. There was a fight and people let out their anger. But some women every day are living in miserable marriages. They can't say anything. She can't cook well enough. She can't walk right enough. She's not fashionable enough. She doesn't know how to fuck in bed. She doesn't know anything yet. You want to keep her in your house as a wife. If that woman ever gets away, she will never return to you. Because some of you have this misconception that it is when you break down her ego, you take away her confidence, you keep her from feeling like a real human being, that's when you can control her. No. It's wrong. This age, there are too many information out there, too many liberating forces out there for you to think that you can hone by breaking down. We must humble ourselves, man and woman. Come together to the table. Be transparent in your dealings. Be honest about what you speak about. If they're good, tell them they're good. If they're bad, find the right words in the right mood to correct people. You cannot break down people's confidence and think it makes you the head of anything. You cannot be the neck if the neck is not moving you. There are lots of examples around the world that you can look at. I call you by name, you let me go out to work, I raise my kids, we play like friends. It's not what works in marriage. The minute you marry that man, as poor, as Richard, as playful, as kind as you think he is, he will begin to wear the mantle of a husband that his forefathers have laid down for him, that his ignorance and bird brain gives to him. He suddenly realizes how powerful he can be. The young man that ought to be easy with you, that you deliberately picked out to marry your own age mate so that you can live a romantic, beautiful life. That young man begins to want to show authority like his forefathers did. Do your research. Shape them very well. Let them understand. But the way you will have your freedom, the right to walk away even a day after your marriage, is when you have work. And that doesn't mean that because you have a source of living, you will not borrow yourself brain. Because having a family is a beautiful thing. So the woman must come to the table ready to work with the man. No, you cannot use that stupid, idiot street language of my money is my money, his money is our money. No! Your money is his money, his money is your money. And I'm not talking about give it all to him. No. By having a common bank account, you keep what you have. She keeps what she has. And you have a common household running funds. You understand what I mean? Humility is what brings love to grow. Pretense can make you believe you have love. But when you get into that relationship, it's humility, respect. You have to let go of some of your friends, both of you, the man and the woman. Some of your friends have to go. Go to your secret places and look at the friend that loves to make comment for no reason, that didn't support you marrying this man in the first place. Don't keep certain people around. Look, people are dispensable and retrievable. People are dispensable and able to win. You cannot die there just because you've been friends for 50 years. You got to let them go. One of the reasons I didn't go back to the ex is because he is with the same low-life goddamn idiots that he's been with from high school. He wouldn't let them go. Useless people with no aspiration. He's the richest out of all of his friends. He's the one that they all run to and wow with and party with. Their lives, they've done drugs, they've come back, they've done this. And no, you have to break the circle. It has nothing to do. See, loyalty must run deeper than blood. Loyalty must run deeper than blood. Must run deeper than adventures, than when you were broke, than childhood. Loyalty is loyalty. And it means you are loyal not to them but to yourselves. You are with people that can progress your life. And when I say deeper than blood, I mean it. There are some of you that need to just keep your parents on the shelf with the respect they deserve and not hang around them. Just because you're my sister or my brother doesn't mean we have to see each other every time and me tell you what's going on with my life. And no, I have brothers and sisters like I blood brothers and sisters that they're just on the shelf. And I respect and honor the vagina and the prick that brought us together. But you must know the truth about the life we live. It's not the same life anymore. If you fall now, it will take you times 20 the years to fall to rebuild again. It's about sustenance. It's about alignment. It's about loving yourself more than you hate other people. It's about working together, coming together, speaking. The childhood traumas have to find a way to get healed. You understand what I mean? This is the age of going with every fiber in your body for your mental wellness. I saw the viral thing going on about the girl that came out and said somebody came into her room when she woke up that used the razor blade to cut her, and you're all asking for her head. You have them in your family. Just because they didn't turn on social media yet. How many times have they lied to you? Imagine things. Don't you know that we're not all as strong as one another? This mind that you see is a refuge, a hiding place with all the dark secrets, all the wickedness you've seen, all the movies you've watched. They're there. There are places where people run to and begin to reconstruct the things that they know just to escape. Mental illness is real. Mental illness is real. I'm a psychiatric nurse. I can tell you that. They are not pretending. They are imagining. They are not seeking attention. They won't even know what to do with the attention you give them. Mental illness is real. I have seen a grandson kill his mother and his grandmother and his children. I have seen parents, husband and wife, have children just because they have Down syndrome, chain them down like dogs and kept them in cages for 6, 7, 8 years. When I was growing up, I know how Papa Tola Fashino, my friend's grandfather, will come and pick. All this have support. I'm not the only one. Patricia was there. So many people were there, pick into our toilet, our bathroom, be offering us money to sleep with us when we were young. Some of our friends, brothers that come from America, London, will want to carry you on their legs and say they're playing with you because they think you were so young and innocent. These things still go on. Mental illness is real. And you have to be aware that some of the people that you're drinking and eating with, that you go to are advising you, are sick in the head. It's not because they're not walking with bare feet naked and eating feces. That doesn't make them right. Mental illness begins from the alteration of thoughts. The way you think begins to become unbalanced. You think extreme. Your thinking gets warped. Even as sensible as all of us, most of us are, you know yourself. If you're honest enough to come into the fullness of yourself, I call myself back. I said, no, that thought is not right. That anger cannot find a place to let itself out. Knowledge doesn't doom you. Knowledge liberates you. What dooms you are your emotions. Your inability to control what you feel. Your inability to put yourself before the light of reality and godliness and say, no, this is not acceptable. I cannot do this. Elizabeth, you can't go there. You can't talk like that. You can't feel like that. You can't contribute to that. Do you know how to checkmate yourself? Or must you display the madness for other people to correct you and you debase your integrity? I'm just asking you. When you said, I was watching Isapako and how he's been, pushing Nigerians to go in certain areas and do certain things. While he's in America, he doesn't even get himself right. Am I criticizing him? No. I'm just telling you that this social media, sometimes 98.9% of the time, outside of the research for education, research on knowing certain basic facts, is the worst thing that could ever have happened to humanity. They call us friends. I've never met you. I may not like you. You may not like me. Yet they call us friends. So that we can take out the guardrails and intrude into each other's lives. We're not friends. You're a stranger behind the screen. I don't know if you just killed somebody, fucked somebody's wife, ate somebody's daughter, stole somebody's money, murdered somebody. I don't know what you're doing behind your screen, and you don't know what I just finished doing. Yet they call us friends. I don't know where you live. I don't know who your parents are. You don't know the pain in my heart. I don't know how broke or rich you are. I can't call on you when I'm in trouble. Yet Mark Zuckerberg calls us friends. But a lot of you know that we're not friends, right? You know we may never meet or see each other. Ever. That's why you are reckless. You judge recklessly. You don't judge those people on social media like you would want to be judged. You don't. And when they say donate, you give them peanuts, you wouldn't receive those kind of help from people. You come here when you're nobody. Nothing. When your last hope is to gather from millions to achieve a purpose. We're not friends. Yet, we don't have any other option from what Mark Zuckerberg calls us. He calls us friends. Enemies calls us friends. Haters, he calls us friends. We're not friends. You understand what I mean? I'm not your friend, you're not my friend. We're passerbys in transit. And a lot of you use that as a license. You call yourself blogger. Motivational speakers. You bring your dirty, stupid ideas here. Somebody will buy. We're too many. We're not all wise the same way. Turn on Facebook and Instagram. Everybody's selling something. That is what this place is for. It's a marketplace. You don't like what I sell, move on. This is not a law court. This is a common ground for reckless people to kill other people. You gather together and form WhatsApp group and you go target somebody. This is the media for the wicked. This is where you tear people's integrity down and gather together to bring their businesses down. This is where you blackmail other people. Why Gistlover goes into their inboxes to ask for ransom and put you out as devils. You carry news. Adekunle Afford and his wife are separate. And what has that done for you? How far? How now? How all the bad news they've been carrying, how people's marriages are broken and this person slapped that, how has it helped you? Has it increased your wisdom? You know, all this news that they give you and they spread on all this media, it's like me having 4 or 5 boyfriends before I get married. I'm not going in with an expertise on how to make love to my husband to satisfy him. No, that's not. That comes naturally. You know what I'll be walking into that marriage with? All the betrayals, all the lies the exes have ever done to me. And I'm going to bring that stupid street wisdom to deal with an innocent man that didn't even know the journeys that I've walked. So in order for you to make something, look at me. I don't watch the news. If I watch it once in a while, I already get the gist. All that is happening out there doesn't affect me. I need my stability, my senses. What I need are contacts, and I know where to get them. So when I come on here, I'm not trying to prove any point. I'm just trying to gather you onto yourselves. You understand? Your life matters. What is happening in other people's bedroom doesn't matter. Stop following Gistlover. All Nigerians right now, including the ones abroad, should be standing in front of the Senate, looking for reform, getting them to stand up and make our country right so that we can have equality in ability to earn. Forever the poor will be with us, is what Jesus said, and so will the rich. Where do you fit in? Who can you run to when you need help? I know I can't run to anybody. Those I've run to, if you need, like I said, when men chase me, I tell them, I don't want to compromise myself. Not because I'm that old, I'm not that old. I'm aspiring to be. But because I know that the solutions in my life so far has always come through the grace of God. So if you take away 2 from 1,000, I'm still left with 998 issues that I still need to run to God to solve after you take your body away. That's the only reason. I've just decided that God is the all-in-all. He's the one that can solve my problems. I will have to suffer some, but I'm willing to walk the journey. Are you? Or you're still looking for Osho free? You're looking for free. Look. Youth, the youthfulness, your children, and the mistakes that we made, jumping from one club to the other, going to dance to the latest music, that can come later in years. Let the foolish people and those that are doomed and marked for destruction, let them continue to use their youth to gather weed, to dance disco, to go and explore, while you and your children who know what the power of youthfulness is. There is no time alive when your brain is open to receive like in your youth. Youth is meant to gather equipment, tools, and knowledge for you to live a better life in future. And when you attain that as a young graduate, it is not so that you can go sow your wild oats. It is still to prepare for your future. The real life that you're going to live is going to be with a wonderful partner by your side in marriage. And I keep appealing to both the man and the woman because you will always need somebody. You can go single 10 years. You will run to somebody and still find that same heartbreak, even if it is you giving it and not receiving it. You can change the trajectory of your life by understanding the way the life works itself by yourself, not what your pastors are interpreting, not what your imams are telling you. If they like, let them preach for 10 years. They're not living the same thing they're preaching to you. You must sit down and understand the world we live in, not in the world of Jesus. Jesus didn't ride a car. He rode a donkey. He didn't parent. He took his taxes from the mouth of a fish. You don't have the same privilege. Live in reality. Work, work, save, work. Spend with wisdom. Be kind to people. Respect everybody. Walk away from relationship that cause you pain. No, you cannot change people. People are determined to be who they are, and when they show you their attitude and behaviors, take it like that. Walk away and pray for them from the distance. The Bible says, I will lay a table before you in the presence of your enemies. Not because God is a murderer and he wants to get you killed, but because he thinks you will have the wisdom to survive all the knowledge that you have learned. Kindness, love, maintaining the beautiful place on the inside. Honesty, wisdom. No go do business, make you no sign ammo. Holding people to contract. Make sure everything is in pen and paper so you can use it in court. Because people do not, judges don't listen to emotions. You understand? Don't be in love enough to sign your life away. Don't believe anything the man says. You know, people will borrow you 20 out of their 21 naira or dollars or effort just so that they can steal the 99 that you're holding. Just because people are nice doesn't mean that they're kind. You know the truth that comes out. I told you, the last relationship I was in like 3 years ago, I left him not because he did not treat me right. Oh, he worshipped the ground that I walked on. But I noticed how he would shout at other people. When the red light stopped at the traffic stop, he's tapping and saying, fuck it, motherfucker, fuck it. You don't truly learn how kind people are with the way they treat you. That is secondary. You learn with their reaction to other people, their response to other things around you. Oh, he's kind to me, he loves me, but he's not kind to his mother. He's not nice to his friends, and he doesn't respect his father. And you say he loves you. No, he's luring you. He's trying to entrap you, like a spider does with its web, before it snatches you finally and destroys you. Turns you into a non-entity like the rest of the people. And I'm not a saint. You can marry for money. I'm not here to tell you not to. You can marry for love. But I'm telling you, marry for both. Balanced diet. Marry a man that has an shown tendency that he cares about you, even if he hasn't made that much money now, but he is working on it actively, not in dreams and plans, waiting for one rich man to bail him out of his poverty so he can move on with his dreams. No, actively. And marry a woman that is also actively. Don't marry a woman from her father's house without setting her up first to at least see how much, because we cannot marry from the same class, right? Set up her store. Let's see what she can do with it first. Lack of money will make you eat your children like fufu. Hate your husband like feces. Detest your wife like she broke through the window to end up by your side. You are not being honest with yourselves enough about what money is and what it means and how it affects everything. Poverty will kill love. Poverty will make your children disown you. Poverty will make you curse God. So should all poor people go and hang themselves? No. All poor people just need to wake up and understand that there must be emotion. You must be emotion. What are you doing? How are you doing it? If you have been going to shop before for 5 hours, you need to go to shop for 8 hours. If you are selling noodles, please buy some eggs to add to it. Add mineral to the side. You have to be on the move, motion all the time, looking at what you can do without killing, cheating, or destroying other people. News is not, blogger is not a job. Go look for a job outside. Blogger is a relaxation just in time. It's not a job. For you to effectively run that blogging page, you need to have finances. You need finances. Gossip doesn't do anything for anybody but satisfies you. I understand those that are marked for delusion. Because the Bible says we can all make heaven. We can all make it in life. God himself already has earmarked some people for destruction. It says in the end days you shall have itchy ears. Itchy ears where you tell me news about how people they sleep with each other. They show me how then they sleep with somebody where I know people for envelope go parent. That I cannot even repeat what I've seen before decent people who can help me financially and who are financially stable. Who is righteous? The Bible says no, not one. So why should I get thrilled with the news you're telling me about the unrighteousness of somebody else when I know? Come on. It might not be every day, but the once in a while. And you know where this brain is fantastic. Some of you have forgotten the sins that you once did. I always remind my friends when they are frustrated about their children. I say, Shoroti, do you remember how you once were? Justice is beautiful. I'm a justice girl. I call for it all the time. And I say, Tipper, justice with mercy. But you don't do that. You say, let he who has not sinned cast the first stone. That's what you do. You let them walk away. Nigeria is not cursed. Nigeria is unaccountable. I hate to take too much of your time. I've already done that. So work. A woman must work. A man must work. Every girl child must work. And not just work to earn. Work to break through. Work to effect and impact society. Work to be as rich as men are. Men are not born kings. Men are men. Women are not born queens and princesses. We're not as fragile. They lie to you. We're strong as they come. I'm a queen when I treat you like a king. You're a king when you treat me like a queen. Stop this bombast, straight up labels you give one another. Are you deserving of the respect that you're looking for? Just because you're a husband doesn't make you God. How are you ruling your homes, men and women? Are you working together as one? Or you have ulterior motives? If you don't have trust, if you can't get counseling to build what has broken in your relationships. But don't stay there. Dead people don't fuck. They don't pay bills. They don't raise children. You see how I look? No powder, no makeup. I'm 58, I'll be 59 in September. Tori mi o niro ri. I won't jati. Accept the truth about myself. I'm poor. I'm trying to build my wealth. I'm not looking for a broke-ass man. You understand? Because at 50, I can't go with anybody that's younger than 45 at least. His prick and penis will have stopped wanting to stop walking. All these old people that you see together are together because of the memories they've built, or they know how to work with each other when it comes to sexual matters. You understand? So you young man running around thinking you're the king of this and you're going to fuck until you're 90, it's a lie. It is not the dick that gives a woman pregnancy. It is the sperm. So even if our forefathers got women pregnant at 98, did the women tell you that they were able to move their waist and they could shake them jiggy like you can now at 23, 24, 25, that you're not letting the women in town rest? This body was designed to do certain things at certain times. So a lot of the men are walking around skanking in their 50s, 60s, and some in their 70s, acting like they were still young because the brain lies to them. And if the trick is going to be double, it'll be because you have a small stature. You don't have belly fat. So you think you're still young. But when you get on the bed, you know how little you can perform, because your lungs will have to comply with your waist and the movement. We are not toys. We're humans. Our lives must be impacting people. If you have not heard it, let me repeat it. The man owns the days and the noons. The woman owns the night time. Don't be the man that has the best of life, running around from women to women, from club to club, from having the best time of your life, you call it. And in your old age, you will be disgraced. You will end up alone, miserable. Build your night times in your daytime. Learn to retrieve that which could have been lost in your noon time. The bottom line is, we all need one another. Man and woman, we need one another. That is the secret. They lie when they say one is more important than the other. No, we all. God is not a partial God. It did not mistakenly make me a woman and him a man. No. He made us so that we can be useful partners one to others. But you listen to what your sisters are saying. You're listening to what your fathers are saying. You're listening to what your pastors have preached to you, lied to you. What the imams have spent hours sounding like musicians preaching to you. What does God himself say to you? What does humanity call upon your heart? What does the truth that you know, all the truth, put them all together and you find the answer on how to be a good wife and an amazing husband, on how to be a wonderful friend that is not compromised, and the death of the friends around you, on how to stay loyal, how to treat people with respect, not compromised. I don't like working too much with people that are poor. I am not saying I don't greet them, but I won't bring you closer, because you can be desperate to compromise. You must be working on yourself. I must see that you understand the effort that I'm making on myself for us to be close. I can be by myself. You understand what I mean? I just thought, this is not TikTok. This is not Facebook talk. This is not Threads. I'm not telling you about what is going on with people's life. I am equipping you on how to win in a losing world. You get it? Elizabeth. See you soon. Share. I love you. Goodbye.